Welcome to Beside Still Waters. This is Melissa Gabler sitting in for Dad tonight. And again, welcome to Beside Still Waters on Tuesday evening. It's August something or another. So, how's everybody doing? Hi there, everybody starting to connect in. Welcome aboard. You see this? Stop it. Okay. I'm just going to be real for a few minutes because I need to. I was going to come out and find me a really nice and peaceful spot to do this, and I like being outside. So we live in a community where it's usual and normal for somebody to have a golf cart and drive around in the evenings and enjoy the weather. And we have an older one, we have an older golf cart, bless its heart. And so I take off, because I'm going to do Beside Still Waters tonight. We want this all, the word and the atmosphere need to fit. So I take off down the road, and sure enough, get down the hill, and that puppy just stops. That golf cart won't go any farther. And I tried everything I knew to do, and it'd move about half a foot, and then nothing. And then let me throw this in. I've not only got my phone, I've also got Dad's phone, because that's the one I'm broadcasting from. So can't call Dad. So call Mom. She gets Dad, and he comes down. It's not gas, it's something else. So finally, I just end up taking his truck and leaving Dad to deal with the golf cart situation. And I had to get tickled because I thought I knew what I was going to talk about tonight, and so get out in the neighborhood, and my golf cart dies, and I have a hard time finding a perfect spot. And then when I do find a perfect spot, I don't know if you can hear it, but it either sounds like they're rebuilding a house or there's a T-Rex in the woods over there. I'm not very sure which one it is. But it's, again, I knew what I was going to talk about tonight. And so all these little things I had to realize, don't get upset. We got to go beside still waters no matter what's happening, no matter what we're dealing with in our life. There is, like it talks about in Psalm 23, He leads us beside still waters and He restores our souls. So that doesn't say, you hear that? That doesn't say that we will never see or don't have to ever see rough situations. What it says is, He leads us beside still waters and restores our souls. There's always a beside still waters when we have a Holy Father like we do. There always is a place for that. And it says He leads us by. It's not something that we have to run around and beg for and hope we can find, even if our golf cart dies in the middle of the road and we can't find some green pastures and some still waters. He leads us beside those, even in the middle of chaos. And that's really what was hitting me today. And let me read a scripture in Matthew 11:28. And I'm reading out the Amplified because I love what it says. It says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavily burdened." And now check this out. The Amplified says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavily burdened by religious rituals that provide no peace, and I will give you rest, refreshing your souls with salvation." Rest is the key. That's what hit me today. I wanted to talk about was rest. And in this little bitty community, it was an act of Congress to find a spot to talk about rest. So I can laugh at it at this point. But what I love about that in the Amplified, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavily burdened by religious rituals and that provide no peace." That spoke volumes to me, because I know people are dealing with chaos right now. I know there's a lot going on that people are having to figure out and deal with on a daily basis. But by religious rituals that provide no peace, have you asked everybody you know to pray for you? Have you done everything you know to do? Have you done, everything that you've ever done in your life or were taught to do, and you still haven't found peace? Might I suggest this? Have you tried rest? Have you tried the simple sit back, take a breath, rest? That's when I think that it's easy to forget when you're dealing with chaotic situations and hard times. It's easy to forget that rest is an absolute necessity. And what I love about that, think about Psalm 23 where it talks about he leads me beside still waters and he restores my soul. There's total rest in that. That's all that is rest. And if I want to bring it into right now, in this very moment, me sitting here talking on Facebook Live, in this moment, there is rest if you'll take it. There's water. I don't know if you can hear the water. There's a doe that just walked up right there. I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute. Yeah, they might be rebuilding a house over there in the woods, but right here in this moment with you and me, there's rest available. Have you tried that yet? Just take a deep breath. No, we're not getting off into some weird exercises, but there is something about just taking a deep breath and letting the tension go. Let the chaos go. You can do that right now in this moment. You can let chaos go. It's just us here. It's you and me here. It's this beautiful sky. It's this peaceful water flowing back and forth. Take a break from what you're dealing with right now. Whatever has tormented you all day, all month, all year, you and me right here, take a break. Take that breath and breathe it in. Go to him if you're heavily burdened. And in this moment, you know what? He's here. He's right where you are. He's right here with me. He's in this moment. You need a rest. I know you do. And I'm just encouraging you to do that tonight. Don't pray another prayer right now. Don't pray if you are. Just breathe. I realize that's something that comes out a lot of times during worship. We'll just start singing Just Breathe. And after reading this, I'm starting to realize why. There's something in breathing that connects with rest that's so important. Now, saying that, again, if you just tuned in, this is a moment you and me, we're sitting here together, we're taking a breath, we're putting the day aside, we're putting all chaos, we're putting everything that we've been dealing with that is weighing heavy on our minds, we're putting it aside and we're taking a moment to rest in the presence of a holy Father that has everything I just mentioned in his hand. He's got answers for it and he's got it all figured out. So right here in this moment, just take a breath and listen to this for a second. Now, I personally, I don't just keep up with the Hebrew calendar. I don't have a problem with it. I don't take the time to keep up with the Hebrew calendar. But I read yesterday that right now through the 11th, the time we are in the Hebrew calendar is called Between the Narrow Straits. And that began to speak to me because over the last week, which this is about a week period here that's supposed to be really intense, and I've felt it. Have you? I mean, it has just come out of nowhere, just overwhelming to the point of I took it personal because it just felt so heavy. Just you find yourself thinking thoughts of, oh my gosh, I'll be so glad when this right here is done and I'll never have to do this again. Just out of nowhere. And it just got really heavy. And then Saturday night, like another flood of it came in, got heavy. Then up into Sunday morning, woke up Sunday morning getting ready for church. But when I woke up Sunday morning, I knew down in my depths, down there where it really, really counts in your core, I very clearly heard your promises can start manifesting at any moment. That's all I heard. And I knew that I had a choice to follow the yuck in my soul or to believe what I had just heard in my core. And it was a choice, because unfortunately we can develop patterns into following our soul down the pity lane. And instead of resting in what comes out of our spirit, we've just developed this habit of following the soul into victimhood and pity for ourselves and in our situations and even for others. But I'm saying that to you tonight. Your promises can start manifesting at any moment. Now let me back up a little bit and let's connect that with what I read about the Hebrew calendar, the time we're in, between the narrow straits. The reason it's hard is because the other side does contain your promises. So the way that works is there's a short period of time here where it's between a rock and a hard place, but on the other side are promises fulfilled. So I just want to encourage you tonight, your promises can start popping open any minute now. All you need to do is take a breath and rest. Even when I stop this video, even when you stop watching, don't leave this moment. Take a breath. Go to Him with your burdens, with your wearisome mind. Go to Him tonight. Go to bed after taking a deep breath and just relax. Lay it down. Don't pick the chaos back up when we get off this video. It's all good. It's gonna be good. And your promises are about to start popping open like crazy. Thank you for joining me on Beside Still Waters tonight. Sleep well. Good night.